Hello friends, it has been long time to upload the new videos and sorry for that because due to some reason I could not upload more videos, but I will try to keep you posted with some more helpful videos. And today we have for the introduction of the Microsoft Intunes. So just let me show you what is the Intune, what we can do by the using of the Microsoft Intunes. So I have logged in the portal.azure.com. So I have a free and trial based Azure subscription. So I'll also give you the link to create the trial base. So basically the Microsoft Intune is a service, is a cloud service by the devices like the MDM device, modern device management. Like you can manage the Windows device, you can manage the Android phones, you can manage the iOS phones, Apple phones. You can also manage the Apple Pad, iOS Pad, right? And also you can manage the Linux, Mac machines. So these machines we can manage. So earlier we were managing, earlier we were using the SCCM for deployment of the uh, imaging, application, policies, baselines, updates, package, right? So now this time we are Microsoft has releasing the more cloud services. By the using of that services, we can deploy the image with the help of the autopilot in the machines, right? And it's not required any dependency. Even also earlier in the CCM, the domain join was the dependency, and also the Office network was required for the installation of the image. Okay, so these things are not required in the Intune. So in the Intune we can just install the autopilot image in any machine. Okay, and also we can deploy, create and deploy the Win32 applications on the Windows devices, on the other devices as well, Android, Apple, Mac, Linux, right? Even we can also create the policies, we can also create the uh, profiles, we can create the enrollment status page. So each and everything we can do also perform from the Intune. So let me show you. So this is the options which are available in the Intune. First is the home dashboard. So under the home option, you can find the upcoming feature as well and the device status. Like here you can see now the device not compliance 0, connector errors 0, health status, machine account status. Okay, and this is the client app install failure. It was tested and it got failed in the four machines. So this status you can find out from the home. Under the dashboard, we can also, it's a deep status of the device enrollment, compliance, configurations, client applications, protections, policies, right? And from the all services, the services which is available under the Intune subscription, you can see here. That is the apps, device, endpoint security, groups, so tenant administration, troubleshooting help, supports, users. We will explore each and every services later in the next videos. So right now we have to just focus on the device, on the autopilot device. So for the autopilot device, we have to just extract the hash ID from the machine through the by the using of the PowerShell. So once the hash ID has been generated, then after we can upload in the Intune portal And after that, once the profile will be assigned, then we can start the autopilot on the machine. So let me show you how we can generate the hash ID of the machine. So we can open the PowerShell. We have to just run the few commands. Uh, Git execution policy, git execution policy. It's a restricted. Okay, so we have to run it unrestricted. So we will run the another command set execution policy hyphen unrestricted unrestricted. Yes, to all. Okay, now we will run the next command to generate the hash ID of this machine. So let me show you. Yes, and the internet is also required because when you extracting the hash ID hash key of the machine, then make sure internet should be connected on the machine. Okay, now we have to just export the hash key. So we can run the command. We can run the another command which is the get hyphen windows autopilot info hyphen out file. We can export the file C. Let me check the path. Hardware hash and hash id dot csv. Put the apostrophe. Okay, the hardware serial number of this machine has been generated. We can check from hardware hash. So this is the hash key. You can see here the hash file has been generated in the CSV format. We need to just upload this file in the Intune portal, and after that we can just start the deployment of the autopilot. So let me show you how we can upload the key. We can click on the device, then Windows enrollment, and in the Windows autopilot under the device, we can upload from here. We have to just give the path of that file, C drive, hardware hash, and this one. So this hardware hash ID already has been uploaded on this portal, so that's why it will not be allowed. And one more thing, suppose that if you are in any company, right, and you are just going to enroll the hard hardware hash on the Intune portal. So if this machine already registered with the any other tenant, then you will not be able to upload the hash ID because it will throw out the error message. It's already registered with the different tenant. So you need to just remove the device from that tenant and after that you will be able to upload the hash ID on this portal. So it's take 1 or 2 minutes to upload the hash ID on the portal, and it's going on. So before that, let me show you how we have created the profiles for the deployment of the autopilot. So under the device, we can create the profiles. Under the Windows enrollment, you can see there are the various enrollment options in the Intune. So first of all, suppose that you have just set up the Intune portal. So in that case, you have to just enable the automatic enrollment on your Intune. So there would be the MDM authority and the mobile application management authority. So in the MDM authority, we have to just select the all. So once you will click on the all, then the URL will be fetch automatic in these uh, options like the use of URLs, discovery URLs, and the compliance URL. And right now you can see it's showing the WIP, which is the Windows Information Protection, but earlier it was the different name, that was the mobile application management, MAM. Okay, and after that we have to just configure the deployment profile. Let me show you. Under the Windows, you can go to the Windows enrollment, and from the enrollment you can see here the deployment profiles. So under the deployment profile, we have already created the three profile. So these are not in use because it's not yet assigned. So that's why I have deleted it. So recently I had created the one profile for the testing purpose, which is the Windows Autopilot UAT. Okay. So once you will create the profile, then we need to also create a group as well. So after creation of the Windows profile deployment profile, we have to just deploy this deployment profile on a group, right? So once the machine will be added in that group, then deployment, the profile will be assigned to this device. So after that, the machine can be start the autopilot image installation. Okay. So let me show you the options in the which is selected for this deployment profile. We can click on the Win properties option. So this is the name, description, device types, and this is the options. The deployment mode is the user driven. This is the Microsoft Entra ID. Okay. So this is the new name of the Azure ID and language region of the operating system default. So these options which we have hide during the autopilot. So user account always selected the standard, but I have selected here the administrator. Okay. And this is the serial number. So this is the option from you can just set the host name of your machine. So there is an options you can also suppose that I am just using a CLP. CLP stand for the cloud laptop. So that's why I use a CLP. So whatever you require, then you can put here. Let me show you under the edit. Here you can see in the entry host name, like the you can whatever you will enter here, that will be uh, prefix in the host name of your machine. So basically this is the serial number of your machine and this will be a prefix. So let me show you the host name of the machine. So this is my host name. So my machine serial number is the PF2KT4A2. So after the autopilot image, now host name becomes a CLP underscore dash this one. All right. And next thing, yes, we have also we have to also create the another profile, which is the enrollment status page. So basically the enrollment status page is the another profile, autopilot autopilot profile. With the help of you can just check the status and the progress of the machine, right? So during the autopilot image installation, actually if you have not deployed the enrollment status page profile on the device, then you will not get the actual what's going on the machine. So so that's why it's required. So basically when you start the autopilot image, so it will be completed in the three phase. First is the device preparation, device setup, and third is the account setup. So once machine view will be turned on, okay, before that let me show you the status. Okay, you can see here we have tried to upload the hardware hash ID in the Intune portal. It's showing the import error. So let's click here. Alright. It's showing the internal error. It's a 806, which is the ZTD device already assigned. Okay. And so that's why I told you earlier it will not allow to upload because it's already registered on this portal. Alright. Okay. So earlier we were on the enrollment status page in the Windows enrollment in the Windows Autopilot. This is the enrollment status page option. So we have created the Windows Autopilot UAT ESP, this one, which is uh, using. We can check these settings, which is enabled from the properties here. You can see. So we have taken the 60 minutes. So the error when installation takes longer than is specified number of minutes. So it will be more than then it will be again fail the enrollment of the machine. Okay. So before upload the hash hardware hash ID on the Intune portal, we have to just make sure the deployment profile should be there. The it should be deployed on a group. And another thing is the enrollment status page profile also needs to create and deploy on the same group. All right. And we are just open the group. So suppose that if you need to create a group, then let me show you. See, we are getting the two options in the group. Okay, so if you want to click or if you want to create any group for just using for the adding of the machine, deployment of the application, deployment of the profiles, deployment of the policies, anything, so we need to create a security group, right? But the another group is showing Microsoft 365. So basically this is a group using for creation of the uh, like the collaboration, like if you sorry, if you want to create the shared mailbox or shared group like that, so we have to just use that Microsoft 365 options. And otherwise you can also just check the details from here. Once you will place this Windows cursor here, then you will find the details of the groups. All right. And when you create the groups, so basically uh, it's having the two options. One is the standard, another is the dynamic. Standard means the static groups and the dynamic groups. So under the dynamic groups, you can create the groups on the behalf of the condition. Like if you can also use the query, you can use the script as well, right? You can use in the dynamic. So that's why. So next videos we will discuss more on the dynamic groups. What is the use? What can be create? What can be use the query? What can be how to create with the script like that, right? So I think we have just covered little bit about the introduction of the Microsoft Intune, right? So today that's all from my side. So thanks for your watching the video and meet you in the next video.